Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family-owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years' experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And good evening, welcome in Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers live ticket TV. I'm Justin Hausman, joined by Paul Neppadal tonight for a doubleheader here between your Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers and the Spearfish Spartans. Paul, how we looking?
Well, it should be a good game. Spearfish comes ready to play. They, they should take control early, but at the same time, Lead's been playing a lot better lately. They've been putting some points on the board. Last few games, they've averaged about 35, 36 points overall. So and they're at the home. It's in here at the Digger Dome, the so-called Digger Dome. I'm excited to see what happens.
It's been about 6 weeks since I've seen this Gold Digger team play, so I'm looking to see what they've done since then. If I remember right, they took quite a big loss to Belfouche. If I don't remember right, it's been a while. But it'll be fun to see how they've improved and what they look like coming in here now early February, where we're getting close to crunch time down the stretch.
Yeah, I've been catching a few games online when they've been on the road, kind of keeping track. As a former teacher and so forth here, I still kind of like to follow, and coaches are my friends and things, and I like to just see how the girls and the athletes are doing. Like I said, they've been playing better the last couple games. They've come out and looks like they had a couple wins, one versus Hot Springs and one versus Moorcroft. And then the last game out, they struggled a little bit against Douglas, but first couple wins they've had in honestly a few years. Thank you, Mr. Jacobs, our local hostess with the mostest there.
Yeah, on the other side, Spartans are coming off of 2 wins. One to a pretty good St. Thomas More crew, and then a thriller down in Rapid City against Central. Coming off of, that was last Thursday, that game down in Rapid City. And it'll be a fun matchup to watch. And then after this one, we're going to go in straight into the boys game for another fun matchup. And I've liked to see how the Gold Digger boys have improved since 6 weeks ago.
The Diggers have played well this year. They're on the short end of their record a little bit, but their season average as far as points and points given up are only about 2 points apart. They've had a lot of close games. They've got a nice 6, 7, maybe 8-man rotation in their lineup. They do rely on a couple kids heavily, but at the same time, so does Spearfish. Spearfish has got a ton of young kids. They'll play a ton of players, and for Coach Schultz, he'll just keep bringing players at you. And I'm looking forward to that game as well. It should be energetic, should be up and down. I anticipate a good matchup with that one.
It should be. Now back to this girls matchup. Lead-Deadwood coming into tonight 2-12 on the year, averaging 27 points per game on the offensive side and giving up 55 points per game on the defensive side. 35.2 power points in Class A. On the other side for your Spartans, or not for your Spartans, I'm used to being up in Spearfish. For the Spartans, 8-3 on the year I have here. An offensive average of 56 points per game on the defensive side, giving up 46 points per game. That's a healthy gap for the Spartans. And as we said, taking a loss, or actually we didn't mention that, took a loss to Mokpialuta. They're down number 2 in Class A a couple weeks ago, but been on a winning streak since then, and 45.5 power points in Class AA. Well, we're going to take a break for the starting lineups and national anthem. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere. This is Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers live and live ticket TV.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what...
And welcome back, Ken. Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers live ticket TV. Just going through the starting lineups here. We'll read them off. First for the Spearfish Spartans, they're going to go with wearing number 3, a 5'8 junior guard, Addie Bowman, wearing number 11, a 5'9 senior forward, Avery Kirk, wearing number 23, a 5'7 junior guard, Kate Scharf, wearing number 24, a 5'7 junior guard, Callie Reiners, and rounding out the starting 5 for the Spearfish Spartans is number 32, a 5'7 senior guard, Maya Kachutin. Head coach for the Spearfish Spartans is Dakota Johnson. On the other side, for the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers, they're going to go with wearing number 2, a 5'4 senior guard, Piper Rogers, wearing number 4, a 5'7 senior forward, Taylor Hansen, wearing number 5, a 5'3 senior guard, Emily Farmer, wearing number 20, a 5'4 junior guard, Nakaya Black, and wearing number 24, a 5'3 senior guard, Jersey Arts, head coach for Lead-Deadwood is Chad McCarty. And up.
Right off the bat, Scharf gets a layup on the tip.
I think you said Scharf is, she's averaging 12 per game.
Yep.
And that's going to get tipped out of bounds. It will be Spartan basketball coming back the other way, moving right to left across your screen. Kachutin deep in the right wing. Looking down for Kirk in the post. She'll find her. The shot no good. It's a board with Lead-Deadwood. The outlet to Rogers. And we're coming back the other way. Arts is going to give it up to Bowman. In transition now down on the other end. Scharf the kick out to Kirk. And Kachutin top of the key. Over Reiners. She'll drive. Give it back to Kachutin. Spartans moving it around. Reiners in the lane on the right side won't go. It's an offensive board with Kachutin. She'll kick it out for Scharf for 3. No, another board. And now Kirk, she'll take the jumper from the free throw. That won't go.
Reiners with another rebound there for you.
Kachutin off the glass. That one won't find the mark either. And it's a board with Arts.
Spearfish coming out with some pressure here to start. There's Farmer in the corner.
That shot no good. Rogers with a board. She'll kick out Arts for 3. That one's short and is going to find the baseline. Rogers out of bounds, and it's Spartan basketball. Kachutin with it across half court. She'll find Bowman. And now down to Reiners in the wing. That post-entry pass is going to be a foul by Hansen. First personal foul, first team foul here, 6:20 left in the first.
Lead-Deadwood set up in their 2-3 zone, both possessions so far against the Spartans.
Bowman in the lane. She'll put up a hook shot and get fouled. That's a 2-shot foul, and it will be on Farmer. That's her first personal and a second team foul in a matter of about 5 seconds. And Bowman at the line for 2. First shot rolls around and will not find the mark.
Got a little lid on the basket here for the Spartans early on in the first couple of minutes.
Shooting percentage not very high. Second shot is on the way, and it is through. It's a 3-0 lead for the Spartans. Rogers fighting a 4-man Spartan press. Arts is going to move up the floor and try to find Hansen, but the pass is long. And that is a Golddigger turnover.
Diggers will pick him up full court man. And looks like stay in man. Maybe a little, yeah, it looks like, yep, man defense.
Kachutin, she'll drive the baseline, put up a floater, and find the bucket. It's 5-0.
Nice little baseline drive there. Kachutin averaging 18 a game this year.
She plays well as a senior, had a good year last year too, despite some injury time. That's a turnover. Back down on the other end of the floor, Kachutin is going to get fouled down on the baseline. And that'll be the third Lead-Deadwood team foul. This one
should be on.
I think they're going to catch Arts. Yep, Arts with her first personal, and she'll take a seat.
In the game comes Bertrand, I believe a sophomore.
Yep, sophomore forward. Kirk on the cut isn't going to find the bucket. She'll get her own board. Kick out Kachutin. The step back three is short. It's another board with Scharf, and now she'll get fouled and take a trip to the free throw line.
That's second foul on Farmer there.
Yep. Fourth team foul. Fouls are pouring in for Lead-Deadwood. The first Scharf shot is through. Second shot is on the way. That one's short, and it is a board with Lead-Deadwood. Across half court,
Turnover.
It's Black, and now a turnover.
Kachutin. There you go, nice pass to Kirk, who ran the floor there, or not Kirk, Bowman.
Bowman up the floor in transition.
Nice pass.
And it's 8-0. Black looking for a pass. It's going to get tipped away. She'll pick it back up and travel. And that is another Gold Digger turnover. Checking into the game. It's Alyssa Yolstad. Am I saying that right, Paul?
Ulvestad.
Ulvestad,
yep.
I should have known that. I've been here a couple of times before.
Took me a little while to learn that one too.
Kachutin is looking down for Scharf on a nice cut. That shot won't find the bucket. And it is a rebound with Rogers.
It's a great backdoor play. Just got to finish. Right now, Spartans aren't, despite an 8-0 lead, they're not finding the bucket very well.
No, they're not. And Rogers going to miss that one in transition. Now up to Kirk on the baseline, high off the glass and good.
Nice layup by Kirk, way to take that up with that left hand.
And that's a 10-point lead. That one taken away by Scharf. She'll push it up to Kachutin. It's a 2-on-2. Kachutin off the glass and good.
And we'll have our first time out of the game.
Timeout here by Coach McCarty.
30
Just
seconds.
the 30. Yep. We'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv.
Matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back out of the Lead-Deadwood timeout. This is Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Justin Hausman with Paul Nepidal, bringing you this doubleheader on a Tuesday night. Matchup of the Black Hills Conference here between your Golddiggers and the Spearfish Spartans. Golddigger basketball, and across half court is Piper Rogers. Driving on the left side, looking for a pass. She'll kick it out to Black.
Nice over to Hanson. Hanson up at the left.
Be a jump ball down on the floor. And that will stay with Lead-Deadwood.
Good strong rebound there by the sophomore Bertrand. But came down at the same time with the Spearfish. So
Olvestad looking for an inbound. She will find Bertrand. Now Rogers. Drive in, the kick out. For three, it's Black, just short off of the iron, and will roll out Spartan basketball.
Our first of the game for Spearfish.
Tierson Grubb is checking in. She'll take the place of Addie Bowman. Grubb is a 5'10" junior center. Puts in good minutes off the bench for the Spartans.
Spartans tonight without the services of Josie Dana, a normal starter for him. been a couple years starter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, she's been in the starting lineup for a while. Kachutin in the corner won't find the mark. Grubb going to come down with the rebound and put one up. And it's 14-0 Spartans. Here, 3.5 left in the first. Hansen in the left wing. She'll find Rogers. Olvestad. And that is a double dribble. She knew it.
Shooting will bring the ball down the floor against the Diggers. Back out, Sharp for three.
That one's short. Grubb with an offensive board. She'll give it Kirk. She can make them as well. Back down to Grubb, over to Kachutin. Now Reiner, she wants in on the three action, and she's got it. 17-0 here in the first. Rogers now looking for Black. She'll drive in on Sharp, put up a floater. That won't find the iron. Sharp with the board. Pushing up the floor to Kachutin. Now a drive on the baseline, kick out Grubb in the lane. Off the glass, no good. And a foul coming in. Pick your number, because probably could have been all three of them. But it will go on Olvestad. First personal, 5th team foul. Spartans in the bonus, it doesn't matter, as it's a 2-shot foul for Grubb either way. First shot is good. Lainey Ewing checking in for the Spartans, taking the place of Avery Kirk Ewing, a 5'9" senior. Grubb, her second shot is short, and it is a board with Lead-Deadwood. Olvestad gonna find a trap right across half court. Now Rogers. Spartans in a zone defense. That one gonna sneak out, and it is gonna go. It's gonna stay with Lead-Deadwood. In the corner on the inbounds. Now Rogers is going to put up a shot. That one just short. It's a board. No, it's still rolling around. Rogers is going to end up picking it up. Now down to Black on the block. Spin around. That shot no good. And it's a 2-shot foul for Nakaya Black.
Foul on Ewing, it looked like.
Yep, should be. No, they gave it to Grubb.
Okay, there you go.
Her first personal and the first team. You can see Grubb down there looking around like, what did I do? First shot is through. And the Gold Diggers are on the board. Second shot on the way. That one's short.
Rebound by Kachutin, huh?
Kachutin gonna pick it up, push it up the floor to Reiner, who's wide open on the other end, up and through for 2, and it is 20-1. Quickly back down on the other end. It's Black on the left wing. She's got some room, but she'll look for a pass. It's tipped by Kachutin and picked up by Ewing. Now up to Sharp in transition off the glass. No. It's tipped out by Kachutin. Sharp will pick it up. Reiner's over to Grubb on the baseline. She moves her way into the lane.
Nice
up
strong
and
move.
through for 2.
Extra pass, got her to the extra shot, extra look.
Yep.
And finished off with a nice move there. Slide step to her left hand.
Bertrand is going to try a jumper from the baseline. It's a long 2 that won't find the mark. Sharp going to tip it out of bounds, and it will stay with Lead-Deadwood.
Inbounds pass tipped out again by Ewing on that. Good solid defense.
It'll stay with Lead-Deadwood. Hansen with the inbounds on the sideline, looking for Rogers, and she'll get fouled by Kachutin on the inbounds. That'll be the second team foul on the Spartans. Kachutin's first personal. Here, 1:15 left in the first. And so it's our third inbounds in a row.
There you go.
Hansen back on the sideline. She'll find Black down in the corner. Back to Hansen. Olvestad, it's going to tip out of her hand. She'll go collect it. Kachutin going to stop that pass, and we'll see a jump ball. That will go with the Spartans. Kachutin playing good defense tonight. And that is a turnover.
Reiner's stepping in at the starting position tonight for the Josie Dana. And she's probably the #1 sub off the bench, I'm guessing. I haven't watched a lot of Spartans that closely, but she's a nice, solid player out there, too.
6-man off the bench is usually either Grubb or Reiners.
Yeah.
Reiners, a star setter on the volleyball team. She surpassed 1,500 career assists this last season.
It's crazy, and only a junior.
Yep, only a junior.
Sharp for 3.
Scharf took a long 3. That won't find the mark. Kachutin going to save it into the hands of Ewing. Now Grubb. Scharf is open down in the lane. That one won't find the bucket either. And it's last touched by Scharf.
Scharf's getting looks. She's just she's a shooter.
Yep, she is a shooter. She kind of broke onto the scene last year as a sophomore, that just making unreasonable threes from everywhere. That's kind of how she made a name for herself. That's a steal. Pushed up to Kachutin in transition off the glass. That won't find the bucket. And it is a board with Lead-Deadwood. If Coach Johnson has anything to be unhappy about, it's got to be the shooting.
She's starting to get my hairline over on the sideline, slapping her forehead and wondering what's going on.
Kachutin going to catch a steal. She'll give it up to Scharf. The left-handed layup is through. And final seconds of the first quarter. Rogers going to throw one up from half court. That won't find the mark, and that will bring our first quarter to an end. Your score, 24-1. After one, we'll take a break. We'll come back for second quarter action after this. You're watching Gold Digger Basketball on liveticket.tv. We're back. Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers live ticket TV, second quarter action. 24-1 your score. Paul, what did we see in the first quarter?
Oh, it's a pretty balanced scoring for the Spartans. They averaged between 2 for Kirk to 5 for Scharf, Reiners, and Grubb, with Kachutin 4, Bauman 3. So spread it out, balanced it up. Now if the lid comes off this end of the floor for the Spartans, they could really overextend their lead here.
Ewing stuck down on the block. She'll give it to Bowman driving the baseline. Back out to Ewing. Not a 3, a long 2, but it will find the bucket as the Spartans start off their scoring. Here in the second, it's 26-1.
Diggers, on the other hand, had a few turnovers the first half. They did look good at times, and then they just struggled against the press that the Spartans have put on. It looks like Spartans are coming out with a little more defensive intensity here as well this quarter. It's one of those things they always talked about as coaches, that, you know, if you're struggling on offense, you can always play defense. And I know Coach Johnson well enough that that's what she's telling them.
Lead-Deadwood going to come up with the board, and Farmer's going to lose that one. And
I apologize if I missed this, but did you talk about the lineup for the Diggers there?
No, I did not.
They have a little different lineup coming in to start the second quarter.
They do.
Some younger girls on there.
I see Farmer down there. Hannah Hansen in the game. Jersey Arts back in as well, coming off of the starting lineup. Izzy Wiegand down there is Ewing up and under, won't find the bucket. And it's going to end up in the hands of Scharf as she'll kick it out to Kirk. And back to Scharf. Am I missing one more? Addie Eastman.
Addie Eastman, Hannah Hansen, Emily Farmer, Jersey Arts, and Izzy Wiegand.
Yep, those are the 5 on the floor for Lead-Deadwood. Now Kirk wide open in the corner for three, and if you leave her that open, she's going to find it more often than not. It's 29-1.
3 sophomores and a couple seniors here for the Diggers on the floor.
Young crew, and that's always good to see. Art's going to drive the left lane high off the glass.
Good shot for Jers. Good take.
Bowman down to Grubb. It's a wide open baseline. She'll give it off to Ewing. Stuck down in the lane. Kick out Scharf for three on the wing, and that one is good.
Scharf moves to 8 points on the game.
Spartans keeping the intensity going as Scharf looking for a steal. Hansen on the ground. That's a jump ball. A couple of subs. And Kachutin coming back in for Scharf. Rogers in the game.
And Hansen coming back. Taylor Hansen coming back in for Hannah Hansen and Emily Farmer for the Diggers. A couple more seniors coming back on the floor.
Spartan.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Spartan, you're good. Well, Spartan's 1 point away from that 30-point running clock. Looking to keep the intensity going. Bowman over to Kachutin. Looking for a pass. It's an open Bowman at the top of the key. She'll take a three, and she's got it. That's another one. The threes are starting to rain in now after a pretty subpar shooting performance in the first quarter. Kirk going to get fouled down in transition off of a steal, and she'll take 2 shots from the charity stripe. The foul is on Wygand.
Yep.
It should be her first personal, and that is the first team foul for Lead-Deadwood as well. First shot for Kirk, rolls around and will not find the mark. Second shot is on the way. And it's up and through, and it is 36-3.
Kirk's 6th point of the game as well. Eastman bringing it down. Taylor Hansen in the corner there for the Diggers.
Hansen cross court. That's intercepted by Bowman. Moving quickly. Now Kachutin. A nice pass down to Grubb on the cut, but it's too strong, and that's the last touch by Grubb. And we'll come back the other way.
It's a great look. Just done again. Just not quite finished, but a little too fast at times. Too a little far ahead for Kirk, was it, to get a shot?
That was Grubb down.
Grubb, sorry.
Yep.
Grubb.
Yep. Rogers now for Lead-Deadwood, back on the other side of the floor. Gonna give it up. Eastman driving the lane, looking for a pass, and that is on the baseline. And that is a Lead turnover. Checking back in the game for Lead, it is Micaiah Black taking the place of Arts.
And that would be the Diggers' entire bench that's been in the game now. So Coach McCarty's using everybody and trying to find some combinations and getting everybody some experience for the future as well.
Yeah.
They got a nice little group that, as long as they keep working at it. There's a few sophomores, a couple freshmen, I understand. 8th grade classes. I heard their junior high is pretty decent. Some of the 8th graders got some nice players coming. So,
yeah. Kachutin, she'll take the step back three. That'll roll around and fall down into the hands of Hansen. She'll give it up to Eastman. Now across half court. Rogers. Golddiggers moving the ball around. Hansen gonna give it back out to Eastman, driving the baseline, a layup just a little long, and the board is gonna be off the foot, I should say, of Kachutin, and it will stay with Lead-Deadwood. I don't know what we were waiting for, but
yeah.
Ball back in. Wygand going to put one up that's going to find the iron, but not the net, and fall down with Kirk. Kirk now feeling the pressure from Wygand. She'll catch a screen from Ewing and get across half court just in time. And she's stuck now, and a timeout from Coach Johnson.
Diggers came out with a little 1-2-2 press there. A little surprise on the Spartans.
The Spartans didn't really know what to do with it, but it's a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Game.
All right. And we are back out of the Coach Johnson timeout. 36-3 your score, 3:31 left in the second. Lainey Ewing gonna have that one slip through her hands. Last touch by Wygand. It'll stay with the Spartans. Inbounds to Ewing. Looking down for Kirk on the cut, back out to Ewing. And now Kirk in the corner. Grubb, now Kachutin. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Kachutin moving around the perimeter. She'll drive the baseline. Kick it to Kirk. The shot is up, but there's a foul on the floor, and Kirk will go to the line for 2. Foul is on Hansen. That's her second personal, second team foul for Lead-Deadwood here in the second. 2 shots for Kirk. First one is through. Scharf and Reiners checking in for Bowman and Ewing on the side of the Spartans. Second shot for Kirk is on the way. And it's up and through. 2 for 2 on that trip for Avery Kirk. Moving up the floor quickly is Lead-Deadwood. Rogers is going to drive. That's an and 1. The Spartans kind of caught off guard as that was, I think that was Weekend that threw it all the way up the floor right away, and Spartans just weren't ready. 3-point play opportunity for Rogers. Her shot is a little bit wide right off the iron and will fall with the Spartans.
A foul there was on Reiners.
Didn't see that. Yep, that's right. And Kachutin out of bounds, and that is a turnover.
I'll say this, the Spartans aren't handling this press this couple times up and down the floor.
They just weren't ready for it.
No, and I know they've seen the press because they've played teams like Red Cloud, I'm going to call them. I'm not sure what the pronunciation is now.
Yeah.
But I know they've seen it, especially in games they St. Thomas More and different things. So they'll adjust.
Oh yeah, but just not mentally ready after the first quarter.
No.
Kachutin, top of the key, looking for Kirk on the elbow. Back out Scharf. She'll take the open 3 and find the net. And it's 41-5.
It's her 11th point of the game.
Having a good day.
Yeah.
Working on improving that average. That's a travel by Eastman, and we'll come back the other way. Mokpialuta, Red Cloud. They do a 1-3-1 defensive zone, and teams just do not know what to do with it. You don't see it very often, and that pass from Reiners is going to find the sideline.
Pretty much third turnover now against the press.
Yep.
No, I attended that game when it was in Spearfish.
Okay. Yep.
Great game to watch. 2 really good teams going at it. But I tell you what, Spearfish, they crawled themselves back into that game, 49-49, but earned every one of those 49 points.
Oh, yeah. Yep, they sure did.
And how do you say the?
Mokpialuta?
Mokpialuta, okay.
Yep.
My fault.
No,
Mokpialuta.
And then
they are relentless. That's that's one word I thought of as I was watching. I was like, holy cow, these gals are playing.
They did not give up the entire time. They ended up winning by 10.
Yep.
Reiners in the corner. She'll take a 3. That's a little long. The board with Kirk. And back out to Scharf. Yeah, that Mokpialuta team is going to go far in Class A this year. That's for sure. They came into the game, that game against the Spartans. The Scharf was going to find a 3. Came into that game 10-0, and I don't even know if they've lost yet. But it's been a couple of weeks since that matchup.
Yeah, I don't think they have. And, they've set their schedule. I've been watching that. They've set their schedule up this year to play some East River teams that have, generally give us some fits from out here.
Yeah.
They've played Hamlin. They beat them. They beat Wagner. I think it was Wagner. But they beat some of the teams that that they're going to see if they get to the state tournament.
Yeah. No, they're not giving up. They're giving themselves challenges, but finding ways to fight through them, as Eastman is going to find their way to the line for 2 shots. That foul on Avery Kirk, first personal, and second team. First shot for Eastman is no good. Taylor Vito coming in for the first time for the Spartans. So is Sierra Sanford, excuse me. Sophomore in Sanford and a junior in Vito, a little bit of youth coming on the floor for the Spartans. Second shot for Eastman is a little short, and the board with Kirk. Reiners now.
Yeah, my Pia Luta team is 14-0, like you said, and they're the Sioux Falls Christian's the only other one that is 14-0. So
Sioux Falls Christian, a good team too. There's some good teams high up in Class A.
I think overall, Class A might have the best round of girls basketball.
Yeah.
If not even maybe boys basketball at times, because their top 10 teams are just different.
Yeah, they are. As Reiner's going to get across half court after a Spartan board. Kirk down in the corner, back to Vito. And now back to Reiner's. Spartans moving it around the perimeter. Sanford going to get fouled. I got to watch a really exciting Class A matchup. It was Rapid City Christian and Pine Ridge boys, and that was a fight.
Oh, man.
As
it the Lakota, LNI?
Yep, that was down at the LNI. And Reiner is going to give it up after getting pushed by Rogers. She wanted a foul, but that pass up from Black to Rogers is too far, and it's Spartan basketball.
I think she was trying to tell her teammate to come get it too. Like, there wasn't anybody flashing there like there probably should be against that press.
Yep.
The middle's kind of been, now they got somebody in the middle as they're moving it. They'll skip diagonal, which is what you need to do. Now they'll look back door, and there it is.
That's textbook. That's how you fight it. They found a way, even with some youth on the floor, finding a way through the press, and that's travel. Black chopped her feet, and that's a Lead-Deadwood turnover. Vito on the far sideline to inbounds it for the Spartans. 2.2 seconds left in the second. Sanford is just going to hold it and let it run out. And we're through half. It's a 41-point lead for Spearfish, 46-5. We'll be back after a halftime break. We'll be back for the second half after this. You're watching Lead-Deadwood basketball on liveticket.tv.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Second half action here on Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers Live. I'm Justin House, been joined by Paul Methadol, bringing you this doubleheader here on a Tuesday night between the Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers and the Spearfish Spartans. 46-5 is your score after one half. Spartans had a rough shooting performance in the first quarter, came back a little bit stronger in the second quarter to get us where we're at right now.
Diggers played a better second quarter too. They settled down, didn't turn the ball over quite as much.
Yeah.
Got a few shots. Piper Rogers took the ball to the hoop a little bit, turned it up a little bit with their press. So there's some good things to be seen there from Lead-Deadwood too.
I'll be interested to see what Lead-Deadwood does on defense here in this half if they continue that press. Is that shot blocked by Bowman, picked up by Reiners.
Out to Sharp, down to Kurt
down on the left side of the lane, up and good for two, and it's 48-5. You got to keep up with that press for Lead-Deadwood because that was a positive out of the first half. Even if it's a token press to slow Spearfish down after they get a chance. The problem with it is you've got to score to set it up at times. Yeah.
The majority of times you want to score before you set it up, and they haven't had much luck scoring it. But you can take advantage of some dead ball situations and so forth. But
Kachootin wide open for three, and she'll take it.
I don't think you want to leave her home long either.
No, you don't. Definitely not. She can hit them from just about anywhere.
Spearfish got some nice shooters, and they're missing one of their good shooters as well, Dana.
Dana puts a lot of positive work in the mid-range, drives a lot, that creates opportunities for other shooters out on the perimeter, and a kick out for a three. First time I haven't seen her on the floor in a long time.
Yeah. Well, she comes by a little bit of basketball knowledge naturally.
Yeah.
Mom was a starting point guard at BH. Dad was a starting guard for BH back in my day. So you're talking a long time ago. We were beyond peach baskets, but not much past that.
Second shot for Rogers is through. Scharf driving the lane, kick out Bowman. Extra pass down to the corner. Kirk down on the block, looking for a cutting Scharf. No, excuse me, that's Kachutin through the lane for 2. And I'm feeling Maya's going to pass. She's going to improve that scoring average tonight.
Yeah, that looks to be about, I got her down for just about 10 right now.
Yeah.
I might have missed a couple too, but right around the 10. It's pretty, like I said, the first quarter, it was pretty balanced and it stayed the same in the second half. And it's hard to say how much Maya's going to play here the rest of the game. I'm sure the bench only has 5 girls on it, so they're going to, Dak will have to be pushing some girls in and out.
Kachutin takes a seat for Grubb, who's back in the game. Bertrand back in, so was Hannah Hansen on the side of Lead-Deadwood. Rogers, she'll put up a baseline shot that's short. Good box out by Reiners to pick up the board. She'll push it up to Scharf across half court. Long pass down to Grubb on the baseline. Move in, the kick out. It's Bowman. Now Scharf, she's open for a 3. That one's short. That one didn't find anything. Grubb tried to save it, but will not do so successfully. And it's Lead-Deadwood basketball.
You know, games like this, with in Spearfish's case, you're trying to execute plays, you're trying to execute their offense, you're trying to get good shots. You maybe want to work on, like Scharf's in her case. I know she's a almost three-point specialist. She's got a good enough game. She might want to work on a drive and a kick or doing some different things. In Lead-Deadwood's case, the same thing. They could be working. They need to work. Just keep working play by play.
Yep.
Just getting better every time they come down the floor. Execute. Work on fundamentals. Eventually, you know, like I said, they've improved probably the last 3 weeks as much as they've improved in the last 3 seasons, honestly. and that's, you know, I mean, that's a testament to them and a testament to the coaches.
Oh yeah.
And Spearfish is a pretty good team.
Yeah, Spearfish is they're 7th in the state in AA, and the
hanging on for that home first round game of the Sodak. So
had one last year, as that's a bucket for Nakia Black.
Yep.
Had Spearfish hosted their first home playoff game in 10 years last year. So a lot of big things happening in the Spearfish, not only for basketball, but football had a great year.
Yep. Volleyball was very consistent.
Volleyball had a really good year. Yeah.
So, I was talking to Callie Reiner's dad. Is Callie, right? Callie.
Yep.
Her dad here earlier before we went on the air, and he and I go way back, and we were just talking about that too with, you know, Dakota Johnson is the girls basketball coach. You've got Coach Richards is the volleyball coach. They're on the same page. They're not fighting over things. They're not going in different directions with their culture. They have the same. So the girls get that consistent approach.
Yeah.
And every year they've been a little better, and it's just part of that. It's just been fun to watch. Same thing can be said on the boys. You know, Dalton Wademan started out with the football, and now it's sorry, I missed his name. It's
his name is skipping me too. Teasen.
Teasen,
Yep.
yes.
Tom
Teasen, Coach Teasen, and you know, Coach Schultz. I worked with him a little bit this summer with the boys. Had planned to be one of their assistant coaches, and then some other things fell into my lap, so I wasn't able to, which I regret. But at the same time, I was so impressed with just working with him and talking with him and listening, and that culture. And the beauty is, all 4 of those coaches we mentioned, and that's not to slight any other coach they have, but those are the 4 that I know.
Yeah.
They all are young.
Yep.
You know, so you hope if they all stay here, Spearfish is going to continue to be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of exciting things coming up, I've heard, for the Spartans. Got some good.
Well, the girls have a really nice 8th grade team this year.
Yeah, they've got a good underclassmen. They've got some good middle school teams. Spearfish puts a lot of effort. They invest a lot in their youth, which is really good.
And talking like with Coach Schultz, for example, Coach Ben, they've got it organized now so everybody's a Spartan.
Yep.
And everybody's on the same page, even if they're on little different, you know, youth teams and stuff. They're all fighting for the same thing now.
Yep.
Which is awesome and somewhat rare.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, that's why I say the future is, and you know, and that's the thing that they need to pick up here at Lead-Deadwood. And they're starting to. They've got some coaches now, and that are working hard in the summer. I know this last summer, A lot of them, since I've been here, friends of mine, they're on the right track.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of time and steps.
Yeah.
You know?
And we were talking about it at the halftime break, is that none of these girls are, they're all here.
Yeah.
They're all working.
They've got a press on right now, like you talked about. They should be in, and they're working hard at it. They're sprinting out of their breaks. You know, there's a good recovery by Wiegand, and good sink down by Hansen there. Made Spearfish move the ball.
Yeah.
Got it out of there. You know, got it out of the post there where they had a chance. So, yeah, more credit to them.
Yeah.
Right now you're looking at, let's see, four sophomores, and a junior on the floor for them. A lot of energy, a lot of some athletic ability there.
Yep.
So not a lot of height-wise, but you know what? Spearfish isn't bringing in a big girl.
No. So really not. Is Vito going to take a three? That one won't find it. Yeah, Spearfish. A lot of times when they're playing good high AA competition, they're pretty undersized, which sometimes they're able to work through and play through. Other times they just get outmatched physically.
Well, the one thing that both teams have, and you can tell Spearfish has just a little bit more, is the will to play defense. There's a nice look ahead, just a little bit of bad angle on Wiegand's pass, but definitely looking for a teammate. But the will to play defense, like that right there. Eastman coming down, and they'll just get better.
Yep. And closing seconds of the third quarter, we're going to see a foul on the floor here. They're going to give it to Ewing. And third quarter clock going to bleed away. And so we'll take a break. 59-8 is your score. You're watching Lead-Deadwood basketball on liveticket.tv.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Coming out of the quarter break, fourth quarter action here from Lead, South Dakota.
Diggers will come out with 4 seniors and a junior here with Rogers, Ovestead, Farmer, Hansen, and Arts. Spartans will come out with the team. Looks like they finished the third quarter with you know the players better than I do on that side.
We got Grubb, Sanford, who's got a bloody nose. Vito, also Muchler, excuse me. I never get that one right. Kelly Reiner's checking in for Sanford. It's got to go take care of that bloody nose. The last one on the floor is Ewing.
She said she dropped a little blood right about where the officials are looking right there. Coach Johnson spotted it. So
it's a cold, dry day, and those will happen.
Cold is right.
Yeah.
Hopefully wherever you're listening from is a little warmer than it is in Lead, South Dakota today.
Oh, yeah. I can't complain too much. I'm a skier.
Yes.
So I wasn't really, I enjoyed the warm weather that we had a couple of days ago, but it's like, the snow's going away too.
Much more of a warm. I'm older, man. My blood doesn't flow as fast as yours.
Yeah.
And I've been to the beach way too many times over the last 5 years that I pretty much would go back.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's funny. I've only been up to Terry Peak and drove up there. I've never been skiing.
Really? Yeah.
Even when I went to college here, I never skied. So
it's about half the reason I picked BH.
Well, And that's a great reason to do it. It's a great school, great area.
Oh yeah, it's a great opportunity to call games for the Spartans.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a great place. Spearfish is a great town to live in. Grubb gonna looking down for Mutualer, won't find the mark. It's tipped out by Lead-Deadwood and will stay with the Spartans as we got a running clock still here in the fourth. 6.5 minutes can go pretty quick.
And the Reiners takes to the right, little dribble.
Reiner's gonna find Vito. Now Grubb driving the baseline, back out to Reiner. She's already hit a 3. She'll try another one. And she'll find it, 62-8. And I know we talked about it in the third, but I just want to bring it up because of how rare it is. As Art's going to take a 3 high at the glass that won't find the mark. A good majority of teams that are down 56 points are just going to give up.
Yep.
But this team has not given up. They are still here. They are still trying to be the best they can be. As Mutualer going to find an and one.
They're definitely still in the game. Still an effort there.
Yep.
You know, I said it's a step-by-step process for them, but
it's the only way.
Yep. And here comes some young kids coming in the game. Hanson, Hannah Style, Bertrand, Wiegand, and Eastman will come in to join Alyssa Uvelstead, who's a junior. So all underclassmen on the floor now.
3-point play for Mutualer is good. And that'll make it 65-8. Back down on the other end, Eastman turning around. Hanson looking back for Eastman. She'll take the 3 from the right wing and find the net. It's a nice shot by Addie Eastman.
Squared up, ready to shoot. Quick, too.
Yeah, it's a quick release. It's a good-looking shot.
Yep.
Vito, she'll try a 3 from the corner. That won't find the mark. Wiegand will pick up, or Wiegand, excuse me.
Wiegand. I mess that up all the time, too. Even though I've been up here.
She'll pick up the board and get it across half court. Hanson back to Wiegand. Bertrand's going to try a 3. That one's a little long, picked up by Ewing, and the kick out to Reiners. She'll get across half court and find Vito. And Vito on the sideline. Wiegand, excuse me, across half court, and she'll find Bertrand back out to Eastman, and Coach McCarty rotating these girls through quickly, keeping everybody fresh. Now a long 2, and that was Olvestad. Will find the backboard and fall down into the hands of the Spartans. Vito now cross court to Grubb. Down to Mutualer. She'll turn around with a little hook shot that won't find the mark. It's a board with Eastman coming back the other way, and a foul. No foul.
Little poke out.
Yep, just poke out by Reiners, and 4 subs in for Lead-Deadwood. I've got Farmer, Hanson, that's Taylor Hanson, Rogers, and Arts. Got the older crew back out on the floor. Rogers just about had it taken away by Reiner. She'll find Arts. Nope, that one tipped out. Picked up by Hanson. Fighting for it. Hanson will save it over to Farmer across the floor. And now Art's going to drive. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and a jump ball between Mutualer and Arts. It will stay with Lead-Deadwood, and the shot clock will remain at 7 seconds. Rogers going to drive the left lane off the glass. That won't find.
They're going to keep playing?
Yep, they'll keep playing as that board came down with the Spartans. Ewing out on the elbow. Nice pass down to the cutting Grubb for 2. And that'll extend the lead back to 56, 67-11 is your score. Rogers is going to get fouled by Grubb. That'll probably be your second.
Second team foul for sure.
Yeah, that is your second.
A little ways from the bonus yet, so we're keep the clock moving.
Yeah. Hansen, the inbounds to Farmer. And that one taken away by Vito. She'll push it up to Ewing in transition. Ewing will move it out to the corner and give it up to Reiners to slow it up. Back to Ewing. Move it around the perimeter. Muchler in the corner. Ewing stuck with a couple of defenders around her. Now Reiners is open for 3. She'll take it and find it. It's a couple threes for Reiners today. Arts is going to turn around, put up a 3. No, and the board is going to end up with the Spartans after finding the sideline. Final 60 seconds here, this one. Foul on the floor on Hansen.
And Ovalstead will come back in the game to finish it off. Arts will take a seat.
Sanford back on the bench after leaving with a bloody nose. Hansen with the steal. She'll get across the floor, and a foul by Vito that will should take us.
Probably run us out of time.
Yep, take us to the final of this one. And the inbounds is not going to get there in time.
All right.
And your final score, Spearfish Spartans take down your Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers 70-11, and the shot clock is still buzzing here in Lead-Deadwood High School gym. The Spartans will improve to 9-3 on the year. Lead-Deadwood down. Oh, you know why? That was the boys' side. The Spartans will improve to 8-4, and Lead-Deadwood down to 1-13 after this one. We're going to take a break before we get set up for the pregame of the next one, a boys' matchup between Lead-Deadwood and Spearfish. We'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family-owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years' experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful...
And welcome back, Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers live ticket TV. I'm Justin Hausman alongside Paul Nepinall, about 6 minutes out from this boys matchup between your Golddiggers and the Spearfish Spartans. Let's look, Paul, what are we looking at tonight?
I think we're going to see a game that goes up and down a little bit. Lead-Deadwood likes to kind of press a little bit. They'll play a little more three-quarter, half-court press, try to force the ball left quite a bit. If they can get it to the left side of the floor, then they can set their defense very well. Boys-wise on the other side, without Dylan Doran in the middle of this tonight for Spearfish, they're going to have to rely on Cooper Gibbs and a couple others to fill his spot and cover up that loss. Yeah. But one thing about Spearfish is they're going to be deep. Oh, yeah. They're going to play 8, 9 dudes and keep coming at you, and they're all athletic, can handle the ball, can all shoot. So it'll be a challenge for the Diggers tonight defensively. And offensively, they've been, for Lead-Deadwood offensively, they have about 3, possibly 4 dudes that they rely on that can keep them in the game, and they can get streaky. They're a very streaky hot team. Yep.
Yeah, kind of looking at these numbers, putting up 59 points per game, giving up 61. So that shows that they're in a lot of close matchups. And 6 and 8 on the year, but maybe if a couple more things go their way, that turns into 10 and 4. Yep. And then you've got a really good year going. And so
I know both the coaches very well. So far, Ben's goal is obviously just like everybody else's goal to get to the state and the AA level. They're hoping for that home game like we talked about with the girls' side. Yep. And right now they're in great shape for that. And kind of keep things rolling. They did get they had a little upset the last time out versus not the last time out, I guess Central. They beat Central, but they had a little bit of a down game against St. Thomas More, and they've come back. I think sometimes they talk about losses being good and bad, or you can have that argument over anything, but that wasn't probably the only thing about that loss that was bad was the fact that it was a conference game. If you have that goal of being a conference champion, that can put you behind it. But But hey, if it spurred them on to get to the state tournament in AA and make a splash there, then that was a good loss.
Yeah, yep. That St. Thomas More crew, that's a good A team.
Boy, they are. They're deep too.
I know we sound like broken records. We were talking about it last game, but yeah, there's a lot of good teams high up in Class AA. The Spartans went 7-0 to start the year, and looked to be going really strong. And then they had a rough weekend against back-to-back doubleheaders. It was Brandon Valley and Harrisburg at home, and ended up taking losses in both those games. They kind of, only 8-3. It's not like we're talking about a bad year, but it certainly hurt the rankings. Yeah. I think they went into that weekend 5th ranked, and I'm not quite sure what they are now.
They're not ranked now, but they are 5th in the power points.
Yep, yeah, they are 5th in power points.
They have, they won't take this game lightly.
No.
Lead-Deadwood's had a good season, like you said. They're 6-8. Easily could be 8-6, 9-5.
Yep.
I think they end up about 500 before the season's over. They got some games coming up that they definitely, including tonight, should definitely compete in.
Yeah.
And that's the level they're getting to, is where consistently competing in each game. That's why it's a 2-point difference between game points allowed, points scored on the season as a team, and that's where Coach Jansen's trying to get them to, is that consistent competitive nature.
Yeah, being consistent is something that's really important in building a culture that strives to win and strives to be the best every time they step foot on the floor.
You talk about being consistent. You talked about Spearfish's struggle. I don't know his struggle, but where they kind of played some really good teams in Brandon Valley and Harrisburg.
Yeah.
And they're the youngest team in Class A this year.
Yeah.
As a team, and Huron, who they play Friday, is the 2nd youngest. So that inconsistency is going to come a little bit. But these guys, I worked with them this summer. I worked around them a little bit. Was around them, and they've put a ton of work in, both in the weight room, both on the court, both going to camps. I mean, they were focused, and so they've got that direction going. They just have to now put it together for game in and game out.
Yeah, and now a minute out. This one, we can break into the starting lineups. Here first for the Spearfish Spartans, looking a little different. Doran has been a perennial starter for at least the last 3 years, if not 4. He's out with sickness tonight, so it's looking a little different on the side of the Spartans, but they'll go with wearing number 0, a 6-foot junior guard, Bennett Corton, wearing number 2, a 6'2 junior guard, Cameron Davis. Wearing number 12, a 6-foot senior guard, Haroon Khan. Wearing number 23, a 6-foot sophomore guard, Kate Vavruska. And wearing number 25, a 6'4 junior forward, Cooper Gibbs. I'll make a note. Bennett Corton is a senior. I said that wrong. Not a junior. Head coach.
He's a junior. He actually is a junior. The only senior they have is Haroon and Dylan.
Maybe I'm just remembering wrong tonight. I don't know. Maybe it's been a long day.
Hey, I could be wrong. You know him better than I do, but I'm pretty sure he's a junior.
Maybe
I could be wrong.
But
anyway.
Maybe I read it wrong somewhere, and I've been going like that all year. Yeah, he does play like the senior. Anyway, head coach for the Spearfish Spartans is Ben Schultz. He's assisted by Michael Yost, Sabat Dukic, and Jackson Hewson. For Lead-Deadwood, they're going to go with wearing number 1, a 6'4 senior forward, Bo Wichterman. Wearing number 5, a 6'3 senior forward, Ben Wichterman. Wearing number 12, a 6-foot junior guard, Cannon Rogers. Wearing number 22, a 6'2 sophomore guard, Blake Jansen. And wearing number 23, a 6'3 senior guard, Ethan Finn. Head coach for Lead-Deadwood is Dan Jansen, and he's assisted by Brandon Webb.
Their starting lineup tonight between Bo Wichterman, Cannon Rogers, Blake Jansen, Ethan Finn have started pretty much the last 3 years.
Yeah.
As a group, and Ben's started here and there and off and on, and he's a senior, and he's had plenty of time the last couple years too, and they come off the bench with a few other veteran players, so they're 7 deep easy.
Yeah, and Spartans, you were talking about it earlier, 6th man off the bench probably is going to be Mason Seller. He's just a sophomore. And they've got lots of sophomores that can play. I mean, Kate Vavruska's in the starting lineup. He has been all year.
They come off with the 6'5 junior Ashar, Hodges.
Yep.
You also got Tucker Olson, who I think maybe started the year. Maybe not. I don't know. You know better than I do, but
I think he's had 1 or 2 starts,
right.
but he puts in good minutes off the bench. There's for whatever reason, every time the Spartans get in a close game, he comes in the 4th quarter and hits a massive 3.
That's a nice luxury to have.
Yeah, and that's something that Cade Vavruska did last year all the time. He as a freshman, he wasn't getting a ton of minutes, but the minutes he was putting in, he was always on the perimeter hitting big shots, and it's a little different for a guy that's 6'3", that could play a little taller than 6'3", but a good perimeter shooter. There's a lot of good perimeter shooters down there in that group.
Oh yeah, good athletes.
Yeah,
and I was talking to the Hughes brothers' dad before the game when they got here, and we go back to college days and stuff, and we were talking about some of the lack of the size compared to some AA schools and things like that, but they make up for it in speed, athletic ability. But they also, you talked about Vavruska, you got Gibbs out there, you've got a few others that are maybe not, playing JV, playing whatever, but they're coming along. They're sophomores as well.
Yep.
They're going to come back next year. I'm just going to predict it right now. They're going to come back next year with about 5-6 dudes that are at least 6'4" or better.
Yeah.
They're still growing. They're getting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden they'll have that big kid.
Yeah, and then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in AA.
Yep. Tip goes to the Diggers.
Yep, and it will be. That is Rogers out on the wing. He'll give it up to Finn. Looking down for Rogers on a nice cut up off the glass and good. Lead-Deadwood gets us going here. 2-0 on the first offensive possession. Now Corton back down on the other end. Looking for Kahn. Kahn's open for 3. He'll take it and find it.
There's that flare screen set. Second screen drop.
Corton
drops back into the open spot.
Corton looking for some backcourt pressure, but Finn moves right through it. Now Finn top of the key, gonna catch a screen, the pick and roll. There's nothing there. And in the corner, that was Jansen. Wichterman down on the blocks, going up against Davis. That shot is short. It's picked up by Gibbs and going back the other way with the Spartans. Vavruska gonna drive. The kick out to Davis. He'll drive, put up a floater that's short, and the board is with Wichterman. There was contact in as Vavruska drove, but no foul on the floor, either blocking or charging. Jansen's gonna back out, move around, catch a screen. The pick and roll is there. Ben Wichterman is gonna turn around and find a bucket. It's 4-3.
They're handy down low.
Yeah.
They're between them. Bo lives down there quite a bit. He likes the 12 to 15 footer, and he's handy down low. He has a little fadeaway, hard to block.
Gibbs down on the block, gonna put up a hook shot that won't find the mark, and that's picked up by Wichterman. The kick out Jansen, and now back on offense. Back to Wichterman. This is Ben. Finn is gonna back it back out. Crossover. Looking for a drive. That's a nice pass down to Bo Wichterman up on the block. Corton looking for a block.
Inside game. Nice move down there for Bo.
Wichterman up and under, and it's a 3-point lead for Lead-Deadwood. Corton is going to give it up to Kahn, excuse me. Now Davis down to Corton. That's a nice pass, but Corton can't finish. It's a board with Rogers, and Lead-Deadwood back on offense. Jansen behind the back. Vavruska in his way. Spartans doing some switching on defense. Trying to stay ahead of these defenders. That's a steal by
Good
Kahn.
hand by Kahn.
Vavruska in transition is going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. It'll be the first personal foul on Ben Wichterman.
Decent defense by Wichterman that time. He kind of made him make a play up top and just came away with the inevitable foul pretty much.
Yep, those happen more often than not. First team foul for Lead-Deadwood. 2 shots from the charity stripe for Cade Vavruska. First one is through.
Second shot for Vavruska is on the way. And it is through as well. It's lead cut to 1.
That's a good sign for the Spartans to get 2 free throws in a row. I know that's one of the concerns that Coach Schultz had this summer, and we talked about quite a bit, was just free throw percentages.
They've been shooting pretty good this year.
I'm sure it's been a focus.
Oh, yeah.
Good switch there. And good backside help by Gibbs.
Gibbs going to come away with a tip.
Corton. There you go. Nice take to the right side. Left side, I should say.
Corton in transition going to come away with a bucket, and the Spartans lead again. It's 7-6. Rogers is going to get fouled. I don't know by who. It'll either be Gibbs on a reach or Kahn on a reach. They're going to give it to Kahn. And it's 2 shots for Cannon Rogers as the Spartans pick up their first team foul. Rogers, first shot, rolls around and won't find the mark. No shooter's touch on that one. Second shot is through, and we're knotted at 7. Corton with it, top of the key, now over to Vavruska. That pass, Davis is going to save it somehow, back to Vavruska, and now that's a steal by Bo Wichterman. He'll slow it up just a little bit in transition, find Ben down in the corner, and back to Bo. He'll pull up with a 3, had enough space, but it's short. The board with Davis, they'll kick it out, the outlet to Corton, and the Spartans back in business. Kahn, step through the 3. Won't find it.
Rebound by Jansen.
And Jansen with the board.
Bring up the left side. Attack, Vavruska.
He's going to drive all the way, fade away, just a little long, but it's an offensive board with Wichterman back to Jansen, and now Finn at the top. Finn moving around, he'll drive the right side, spin move, he'll lose it. Picked up by Gibbs, the float pass up to Davis, the finger roll up and through, and it's 9-7. Spartans played well in transition so far. Rogers, now Bo in the lane, his fade away, just a little short. It's an offensive board from Ben Wichterman. The putback is good, and we're again tied at 9. Corton back to set up a Spartan offense. He'll drive back to Davis. There's an open Corton. He'll drive the lane, dump off Gibbs. There's foul on the floor, and Gibbs will be shooting 2. Foul is on Finn. First personal, second team. Here, 2:58 left in the first. First shot for Gibbs, won't find it. And a couple of subs in for both sides. I see Brady Rainapaw and James Burke in for Lead-Deadwood. For the Spartans, it's Mason Southern and Tucker Olson, 2 sophomores we were talking about in the pregame. First off the bench for Spearfish. Second shot for Gibbs is going to roll around and won't find it. And it's picked up by Finn.
Guarded out top hard by Corton. Switch there. Good jump by Bennett.
Rogers, he'll pull up. That's short and picked up by Davis. Now Davis wants to work in transition. He'll move the kick out to Southern. He'll get his man in the air and drive. Now there's an open Olsen in the corner for 3. That's a little off and picked up by Rogers. Golddiggers looking in transition. He'll slow it up though and set up an offense. And foul on the floor. Cam Davis on a reach. Will be his first and the second team for the Spartans. Burke working on Southern.
I was going to say, this is James Burke. This number 2 is his first year out for basketball since probably being a freshman. He's a senior this year, so decided to come out, try it one more time. Getting in some minutes, it looks like.
Might as well.
Athletic. He's, I think he was 2nd or 3rd last year in the 100 in the Class A.
Davis
track meet. So yeah.
Davis up to Gibbs in transition. Will find a bucket, and it's 11-9. You know, it's your last chance to maybe ever play competitive basketball. You might as well.
Yep.
Finn, he'll drive down on the block, high off the glass. That won't go. Ranapah, the offensive board. The putback won't go either. And Bo Wichterman with the second offensive board of the possession will find a 2-point bucket to tie us back up at 11. Corton looking down in the lane. He'll kick it back to Southern. Southern's quick and shifty, but he'll pass it up to Corton. Corton looking down for Gibbs. That one tipped away by Ranapah, and the steal is with Rogers down on the other end of the floor. He's stuck with a couple of Spartans around him. Wichterman now on the free throw line. He'll kick it out to Finn. 23 seconds on the shot clock.
1 minute mark at the first quarter. Been a pretty clean quarter so far. Not a lot of stoppage in play.
Wichterman on the wing. Driving in on Davis. He'll try a shot off the glass. That won't find it. And last touch by Olsen. And it will stay with Lead-Deadwood. Couple of subs in. I see Enzo Stone in the game for the first time, a 5'10" freshman guard.
Garrett Ranapah, a sophomore, and Cooper Hansen, a sophomore, coming in the game for him. First action tonight.
So you've got some youth on the floor too. I see Ashar Hodges on the floor for the Spartans, so that makes it a senior, a junior, two juniors, and two sophomores. Corton with a quick nab at that pass. He won't complete the steal, and it'll stay with Lead-Deadwood. There's 1 second on the shot clock, as Lead-Deadwood is yet to find the rim on this offensive possession. Jansen is going to get stripped. It's a steal. We'll keep playing. Southern down on the other end. Euro step up and through.
Shifty little guy. Made that nice little left hand finish.
Have to be when you're listed at 5'8".
Right. I think it might be generous.
Yeah.
He plays hard though, man.
Oh,
he's all over you.
Most of the time when he's on the floor, he's bringing up the ball for the Spartans.
Sure.
Davis trying to find a steal. Everybody's on the floor for it. Davis going to come up with it. He gives it up to Corton. It's a 2-on-1. The extra pass is through the hands of Olsen, and that is a turnover that hurts a little bit. Now 6.7 seconds left in the first.
I think you get that deep there, Bennett, you better take it out. It wasn't going to be defense, wasn't going to be set. That's okay, looking for the extra pass, being a good teammate about it, but.
Oh, we're doing something again. Don't really know why. Jansen gonna have it stripped. Southern looking for it. He'll have time to put up a three. That won't find it. And that is where the first quarter will come to a close. 13-11. It's been an exciting first quarter, and I'm sure we're in for another exciting 24 minutes of basketball here from Lead-Deadwood. We'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv.
Synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocent.
Second quarter action here from Lead-Deadwood High School. Your Golddiggers down 2 to the Spearfish Spartans 13-11. And Olsen gonna drive right away, get blocked by Jansen, but there's a foul on the floor. Foul is on Blake Jansen, his first, and the first team. 2 shots for Olsen. First one is through. Second shot on the way. That finds the net.
He's got a nice release, nice form, nice release on that shot. Nice and soft.
He's a good shooter. And he's got plenty of years left as Bo Wichterman's going to lose that one. And that is a turnover. That is Thomas Hughes in the game for the first time. And his starting sophomore quarterback for the football team. He's got a set of legs on him. He can run. And I've gotten to watch him a lot in JV. And he is money from the elbows. That mid-range jumper, he just finds it every time.
He's got a ton of confidence out there, and he should have.
Oh, yeah, he should.
And the more experience he gets, even more he's going to be. He got a ton of experience this summer. There's a shot for right off the bench.
There it is.
He called it, my man.
3-point, good 3-point shot from Hughes from the right wing. That'll make it 18-11 as the Spartans looking to add to their lead here. Cannon Rogers back on the other side for Lead-Deadwood. He'll drive the right lane, spin around. That just won't quite find it through the hands of Hodges, but picked up by Hughes. Back on the other end, it's Southern. Driving, it's extra pass off to Hughes, and that is a nice pass. Leads to a bucket for Hodges. It's 20-11. Jansen back to Rogers. Rogers looking down for Finn, but that pass is going to find the baseline. And that is a Lead-Deadwood turnover. Vavruska back in. He takes the place of Davis. Olsen, catch a screen from Hodges, the pick and roll, not quite there. Southern's gonna try a 3, that won't find it. The board with Vavruska, and the Spartans have a fresh shot clock. Vavruska gonna drive the baseline, and there is an offensive foul. Illegal screen on Hughes, no, Hodges rather. First personal for him, first team here, 6:21 left in the second. I don't know if it's just because I'm thinking about it, but I feel like I've seen a lot more illegal screens this year than I did last year.
Yeah, I haven't watched near as much basketball, I guess, but it's been a point of emphasis the last couple years. I mean, I will say this: the other day I watched the game and only saw about 2 of them.
Okay.
So the kids were looking like they were trying to just have better screens. So I think it's working. The idea behind it. That one there, Shard just got caught.
Yeah.
Got a little off balance. He caught him with half a hip.
It's a nice play down in the blocks by the Spartans. It goes Southern to Vavruska for 2, and it is 22-11. Finn back on the other end. He'll pull up for a long 3 and find the bottom of the net. It's a nice shot for Ethan Finn.
Ethan Finn's the streakiest shooter they've got. He can hit some buckets.
And that's going to be a block for Ben Wichterman on Mason Southern. Brady Ranapaugh going to come in for Wichterman.
That last shot by Finn was about 26 feet.
Yeah, it was a long one.
Deep. He's like, I'm taking this shot. We're going.
He gets Lead-Deadwood on the board for the first time in the second quarter. Southern looking for an inbounds. He'll float one out to Vavruska, back to Southern, gets his man in the air, driving the baseline. He'll find Hughes that won't quite collect it cleanly, and he'll get it up to Vavruska. He wants a pull-up 3. That is no good. And now Bo Wichterman back on the other end, driving the baseline, the turnaround. He's got room to the bucket, but that's a block by Vavruska, picked up by Hodges, and it's Spartan basketball. Southern looking down for Hodges. That's a size mismatch, but it's an offensive board. Hughes is going to try a 3. No, Olsen gonna pick one back out to Vavruska. It's a fresh shot clock, and the Spartans gonna set up an offense. Spartans had a good possession on the offensive boards. Now Vavruska gonna pull up inside the lane, and off the glass is good.
A sloppy pass on the out of bounds pass. Didn't expect the defense to be there, but tipped out back to the Diggers. So keep it going full court.
Olsen trying to get a steal, but he'll take a seat as Cam Davis and Bennett Corton check in for the Spartans. Let's see here.
We got Cooper Gibbs back in. We've got Bennett Corton back in. And we got Cam Davis back in for the Spartans.
Garrett Ranapaw is in. Oh,
that'll be a foul. His brother Brady, and I think that's it. Brady and both the Ranapaw brothers came back in.
Yep. Foul on Corton. That'll be his first personal, second team. And it is Digger basketball on the far sideline. The pass into Lichterman. Looking down for Ranapaw. Now Jansen. Moving through the lane, looking for Wichterman, now up against Vavruska. That's a foul on the floor and two-shot foul for Bo Wichterman. This one is going to be on Southern, picking up his first personal, and that's the third Spartan team foul here. 4 minutes even left in the half. First shot for Wichterman is through. Second shot for Wichterman is on the way. 2 for 2 for Bo Wichterman, and the lead is cut to 8. Southern quickly down on the other end.
Quick being the ultimate word right there.
Yeah. He'll kick it back out to Vavruska. Now Corton.
Diggers did a good job getting back, though. Court.
Slowing it up. Southern cross-court pass over to Vavruska. Vavruska going up strong, but he'll get blocked. It's an offensive board from Gibbs. Now Davis wants a three. That's a little long. Davis back with it. And a foul and one on the floor. There are a lot of bodies in between me and the play, and so I didn't really see what happened. The student section wanted to travel. The foul is on
Brady
Ranapaw, and that's the second team foul.
And before that all happened, I'm not too sure it wasn't over and back.
And yeah, I was thinking about that too.
A lot of action happening around when they're flying the ball around and everything. So it's, it's just hard to get in position sometimes to see little things.
Oh yeah, yep.
So you get the last one.
3-point play is successful, and there's a full timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv.
Sense of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
We're back out of the Coach Jansen timeout, and it's Gold Digger basketball as there's a press on the floor from the Spartans. Wichterman going to get across to half court as that press dissolves into the front court. Wichterman's going to have his pockets picked, but it's picked up by Finn. Now down in the corner. This game is getting physical.
Yeah.
As Ranapaw going to take a three. Garrett won't find that one, and the board.
Picked it up the pace a little bit, and then so the Diggers are going to do the same.
And that is a huge block. from Davis after Ethan Finn got the steal. And it is Lead-Deadwood basketball on the baseline. Finn looking for an inbounds. He's going to find Wichterman. Wichterman's got a huge size advantage on
Southern.
Mason Southern.
Might want to get that one switched off to Gibbs. There you go. There you go. Right on.
Well, it doesn't get much better with Garrett Ranapah, but a 3 from Jansen.
No, he's not really an inside game much, but Dale.
Down on the other end in transition, Corton can't get the putback to go, and that's 2 layups in a row missed by the Spartans. Now Jansen quickly coast to coast, going to kick it back out. Brady Ranapah for 3, and it's good. Lead-Deadwood back within 8. It's 27-19. Davis looking for Gibbs. He's going to get down there, but that's a block from behind by Wichterman, and the blocks are pouring in from both sides.
Yeah.
Jansen moving quickly. He'll kick it back out to Ranapah. Got to get a body on him. He's already hit a 3. Now Finn to Wichterman. Wichterman driving in on Vavruska. He's going to get stripped, picked up by Davis. It's a one-on-one in transition. The extra pass to Southern up off the glass with some English, and it's down for 2. 10-point lead for the Spartans. Wichterman looking up the floor to Ranapah, covered by Gibbs, and that's an over and back. And a Lead-Deadwood turnover. Harun Khan checking back in, so is Hughes and Hodges.
Stone and Ben Wichterman coming back in for the Diggers, as well as Burke.
Yep. 3 subs in both sides. Hodges with it, over to Davis. Driving the lane through off the glass.
Good move, good athletic move right there. Back to his left hand. Davis is long. He's gotten about 3. He's one of those kids that's going to be about 6'4" before it's over, too.
Yeah.
And be a guard while he's at it.
Spartans have a lot of tall guards.
Yeah.
Corton with it after a inside bucket by Lead-Deadwood. It's 31-21. Up in the lane off the glass and good. Cam Davis looking for a steal. Wichterman going to pick it back up. Quickly up the floor to Rogers. That one tipped and stolen by Corton. Now Davis up the floor. He'll pull up. That pass knocked away. Wichterman with the steal. He'll push it up to Burke. Now down on the other end. That one no good. And a jump ball on the floor.
Good hustle there by Thomas Hughes. Make that jump ball happen.
Yeah.
Stops the play at least.
Slows everything up. We're already down within the final of 39 or 35 seconds of the first half. This second quarter has flown by. This whole game has flown by. Fast-paced action between the Spartans and the Diggers. Wichterman gonna put one up on the catch and shoot. That will find the bottom of the net.
And as hectic as it's been, there's only been about 8 fouls called in the whole game so far. So
pretty clean both sides. Looking for a steal. It's Wichterman.
Goes to the floor, finds his brother Bo.
Bo off the glass is good. And now 16 seconds. Spartans gonna hold for 1. Davis, 8 seconds. Khan driving the lane. He'll put a floater up that won't find it. It's an offensive board. Now a block. 1.1 seconds and it will stay with Spearfish. Corton with the inbounds. He's going to find Khan. The step back 3 that's short. And we'll go to the half there. 33-25 your score. You have anything before we take a break?
No, good solid half. Excited, just what we expected, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I expected a good, competitive, athletic, fast-paced matchup, and that's what we've had so far. It's an 8-point lead for the Spartans going into the locker room. We'll be back after this. This is Lead-Deadwood basketball on LiveTicket.tv.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Lead-Deadwood Golddiggers Live Ticket TV, getting ready for the second half tip-off here from Lead, South Dakota. Your Golddiggers are down 8 points to the Spearfish Spartans, who had a strong second half to break out into that lead. Paul, what do we see?
Oh, good. Like I said, good first start to the second quarter, I should say. They jumped out about 9-0. Then Lead-Deadwood came back, played real hard, got back some things on defense. that bucket on that end of the floor when the girls' game was kind of closed, and that for the boys too for Spearfish. But Lead-Deadwood's got it. They just play hard. They keep coming at you, and now they're down 8.
Yeah, they are, and for Lead, got to take advantage of what has been the Spartan struggles from the inside. Converting inside shots has seemed to be an issue for both the boys and the girls from Spearfish. And, just kind of bringing, from what I remember, the Spartans on a steal in transition wide open down on the other end of the floor ended up missing 2 bunnies. That probably turned into Lead-Deadwood points down on the other end.
Exactly.
And for Lead, you got to keep doing that to chip away at this lead.
Well, what they're telling them right now for Lead-Deadwood is stop and score. We got to get stops. We got to get a score. Doesn't have to be every time on a score, but we got to get a stop. That's the defensively. We got to set the tone. Same thing Coach Schultz is telling them. Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep playing energy on defense. And let's take advantage, like you just said, we got to take advantage and make those shots that they have. Make free throws. Take advantage of the stuff that they're going to give you. And then all of a sudden, we're going to get open looks, and we're going to take advantage of that as well. So
yeah, it has been.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's been a physical fight on the inside, inside the paint. Down the stretch in the second quarter, there were lots of blocks from both sides. Probably more from Lead than there were from Spearfish. But it's been a good physical matchup on both sides of the floor, and it'll be a fun half. Davis going to start us off in the corner. Down to Gibbs.
Up against
extra pass to Khan, up and under. A reverse layup will start us off.
Gibbs had a little mismatch there against Rogers, a little size-wise.
Got to take advantage of that from Spearfish because you don't get those very often.
Had some patience with it.
Jansen extra pass to Wichterman. He's stuck. He'll kick it back out to Rogers. A pull-up 3 and a foul. No, the foul is after the shot. And so it'll be a baseline ball for Lead-Deadwood. Foul is on Khan. It's his second personal in the first team here, 29 seconds into the half. Finn, the kick to Jansen, and a fresh shot clock for Lead-Deadwood.
Good defense there by Vervuska to get the stop on Jansen. They can pick the ball up.
Wichterman down in the lane. Gibbs going to try to take a steal. He will, and there's a foul on the other end. No, it's a foul on Spearfish. It's on Gibbs. And this is the second team foul on the Spartans and the first personal foul on Cooper Gibbs. It's Lead-Deadwood basketball on the far sideline now. Wichterman looking for an inbound, so he'll find Ben. Jansen working on Vavruska. He's going to pick up his dribble and give it up to Finn. The switch. Now in the lane, Finn going to put one up. That's a floater that won't find the rim. And there's another foul on the floor, and it's again on Gibbs.
Yep, number 2. 2 this quarter, 3rd for the team.
Yeah. So 3 team fouls quickly within the first minute, 12 seconds. And now Wichterman, and that's travel. He picked up that plant foot and kind of hopped. And that is a turnover.
Right now, just to start off this quarter, I think Lead-Deadwood's outplaying them. I mean, just out-hustling. Maybe not outplaying, but out-hustling, getting to the ball. Had a couple of easy fouls there where they were just late a little bit. Spearfish had a nice play to start. Obviously, there's another patient move by Gary Gibbs.
And it's going to end up in the hands of Wichterman. That's the steal. Rogers now. Vavruska got to be careful to not pick up that 4th team foul so early. Rogers in the lane. He'll kick it back out to Finn. Got to get in the air to control that one. Rogers now in the corner. And jump ball on the floor. It'll stay with Lead-Deadwood. Finn with the inbounds. He'll find Rogers. Back out to Jansen.
Skip it out to Finn in the corner. That's his spot. He loves it right there.
And
There's
there
the
it
free.
is. 3-ball for Ethan Finn, and the lead is cut to 7, 35-28, with Mason Southern back in on the other end of the floor. He's checked in for Gibbs. Davis now driving the baseline. He'll give it to Kahn, rather. That gets blocked by Wichterman. He'll pick it up and give it up to Rogers, and it's Lead-Deadwood basketball. And as you said, just being outplayed a little bit.
Yep.
Rogers puts one off the glass. It's an offensive board with Wichterman. Now down underneath the bucket, and that's a foul. That's the 4th team foul on the Spartans. The foul is on Vavruska. That is his first. Ashar Hodges waiting on the wings at the scorer's table after this first free throw. From Wichterman, it's short. Hodges taking the place of Kahn. Second shot for Wichterman is through. And the lead is now 6. Southern with it.
Say Lead-Deadwood's climbing back into this thing.
Yeah, they
a
are.
little hustle, looks like a little 2-3 zone. Oh, lost him that time.
Now Corton sneaking through the defense. He's wide open on the blocks.
Looks like they might have been in a little
points.
2-3 zone there for the Diggers and just found an opening in that short corner.
Corton, he's sneaky. There's going to be a steal and a timeout, 30 seconds from Coach Schultz to save that possession. And we'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv. Out of the Spearfish timeout, it's 29-37. Spartans in the lead. Seen a lot of positive things from Lead-Deadwood to come out to start this second half.
Yeah, defensive intensity. They're a little stronger inside. They're using their inside strength, which I think is a strength in this game. They're a little better, more suited for an inside game. Now with Hodges in the game, should be a little more strength of the Spartans coming back.
Hodges is a big presence on the inside. He's got the size. Corton now down low, back out Davis. Davis driving the lane, he gets picked. And that's picked up by Wichterman on a steal. Now in the front court. Finn with it. Finn looking over to Brady Ranapon, checking in at the break. Now Wichterman down on the blocks. He'll fade away from Vavruska and find 2.
That's his shot. It's a little fadeaway I talked about. Vavruska with a quick shot, quick 3 there.
Won't go, but it's an offensive board for Corton. Cross-court pass over to Southern.
I think it's one of those things, though. I don't know if he wanted that shot. I mean, you got to get equality here. We talked about scores and stops, and right now Lead-Deadwood's getting the stops, and Spearfish is a little bit rattled with their offense.
Foul on the floor. It's Ethan Finn picking up his second personal foul. That's the first Gold Digger team foul here. 4:07 left in the third. Southern with it on the baseline. He'll find Davis. Davis driving in, kick out. Vavruska's wide open. He wants the 3. No, he'll give it up to Southern instead. Back to Vavruska. Now we'll take the 3.
There
and
you
it's
go.
Good.
Better rhythm, better shot, extra pass. Gets you an easy 3. Cade knocked it down. Lead will come back here. Back to 9. Lead for the Spartans.
Back in the Gold Digger front court. Ranapon will give it up to Burke. Wichterman right off the elbow. He'll take the floater, the fadeaway rather, and that's no good. It's a board with Corton. He'll give it up to Southern. Now Southern quickly in the lane. He'll kick it out to Corton for 3 from the top of the key, and it's good. Back-to-back 3s for the Spartans, and the lead is suddenly 11. Ranapon, he wants a 3. That one is long. And a nice board by Courton. Courton wants to work in transition. He's going to move up, kick out Davis, wide open for three. Why not another one?
3 in a row. There you go. And all of a sudden, the lead's 15.
That's a 9-point run. And a timeout taken by Coach Jansen.
Well, same thing can be said on that last shot by Randapal over here. You know, you talked about Spearfish settling down. They got a quick couple threes, made them in rhythm. That one over there, when you're down, you got to somebody's got to step up and say, okay, look, we can't take that.
Yeah.
We can get that shot if we want any time. We just need to make sure we get it the next time.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. This is LiveTicket.tv.
Make a big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
And we're back, 46-31 your score in the third quarter. Final 3 minutes of the third quarter. And it's Ethan Finn with it. Deep in the right wing. He'll catch a screen. The pick and roll isn't there. It's a steal by Courton, 2-on-1. Courton gonna move up right over the outstretched hand of Jansen and up for 2.
We got a couple subs in for the Diggers after that timeout. Garrett Randapal and Cooper Hansen back in for them.
Got some young guys in.
Bo will get a break. Bo Wickerman and Cannon Rogers will get a break here.
Finn down on the baseline. He'll go up and under over Courton. His shot won't find the mark. Davis now quickly. It's 3-on-2, and that is a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on Cooper Hansen. He doesn't really know what he did wrong.
Got caught?
Yep, he didn't just kind of sometimes just have to be in the right area to be guilty of the crime.
That's right.
First shot for Davis.
That was a good push on Can. Right from the rebound, he turned. Nice spin out of there. Just pushed it in about 4 dribbles, and Cooper got caught being at the last moment.
Yep. Something the Spartans do well is move quickly in transition. They've got the speed. As that's 2 for 2 on that trip for Davis. Finn, long pass up the floor to Randapal. He's going to find Finn again in the lane. That's a nice strip by Davis. And it will stay with Lead-Deadwood. It's Enzo Stone checking back in. Both Wichterman brothers are in as well. Taking the place of Ethan Finn, Cooper Hansen, and Brady Randapal.
Hasn't been a ton of subs coming in for the Spartans this quarter.
No, they've kept it pretty close. That one tipped away by Davis. It'll stay with the Golddiggers. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Stone is going to give it to Jansen. He's wide open. He'll take a dribble and a 3. Won't go. It's an offensive board with Wichterman. He'll kick it back out to Garrett Randapal. Now Bo Wichterman wants a 3, and the board is with Vavruska. Courton with it. Now over to Vavruska. Courton wants a handoff. He's got Davis up and under that, but he can't finish. And it's a board with Randapal. That one stripped away, but picked up by Wichterman. He'll throw up a floater, and that'll find the bucket. And that Spartan lead is at 17 now. This is the point where you got to start putting points up on the board if you're Lead-Deadwood, as Vavruska, he's wide open in the corner for 3, and now the lead is 20. Stone on the cut. He's going to give it back to Jansen for 3. That one is off to the left. Saw it right away out of the hand. That's saved by Southern into the hands of Ben Wichterman. Back to Bo. 30 seconds. There's a 2-second difference between the shot and game clocks. Wichterman in the lane working on Davis, who won't go. It's an offensive board, and the putback is a foul. Second personal foul on Cam Davis, and that's the 5th team foul. Golddiggers are in the bonus. First shot for Wichterman is good.
Gibbs and Hughes will come back in the game for Hodges and Cam. We just got that foul. Get a nice little 23-second break here in the quarter probably. I anticipate him coming back in to start the 4th quarter.
Yeah, just extend that quarter break a little bit more.
Yep.
Get a little more rest in those legs. And second shot is good for Wichterman. Corton going to give it up to Southern. And the Spartans look to play this one slow. 13 seconds on the clock. Screen from Gibbs. Now over to Vavruska. 7 seconds. Southern, he'll take the 3. It's a little long. The board is in the hands of Stone. He'll throw up a long one, that one. He didn't get off in time, but it's not close anyway. It doesn't matter. And the 3rd quarter comes to a close. It's an 18-point lead for the Spartans, 53-35. Diggers starting to run out of time.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that stop and score becomes even more important here, but yeah, that was a good. There was a little flurry there. It wasn't a great half by the Spartans, but there was about a great 2.5 minutes.
Yep. We're going to take a break. We'll come back for 4th quarter action after this. This is LiveTicket.tv.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Fentanyl is a powerful...
We're back. 8 minutes to decide this one.
These Spartan balls start.
Yeah. And it is a healthy 18-point lead for the Spartans. And it's... if Lead-Deadwood wants a chance at this one, they got to get going now. Corton with it. He's going to give it up to Southern on the wing. There's an open Gibbs down low, and that's 2 points to start us off. There's a hole in the defense, and Mason Southern found it.
No backside defense on that.
Nope.
It's all over the top and nothing but open space in the back there.
It's perfectly placed post-entry pass, but now it's Ben Wichterman at the top of the key. With 23 seconds to work with, he's going to find Finn. Finn back out to the half-court line. And that's 5 seconds. He's took too much time with Hughes on him to start that 5-second count. And that's a turnover, which as we get deeper into this game, those hurt more and more.
Yeah, you can't give up possessions at this point. There can't be any wasted possessions like that.
Yep. Gibbs down low. He's going to find Vavruska. Vavruska, he'll pull up.
Short, a little off.
That's an offensive board with
One thing I've noticed about Cade is he's a rhythm shooter, and he just like that one there. He just hit his feet. He was thinking a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, and just he just has to work on that part of his game.
He held it too long.
Yeah.
Thought the catch and shoot 3 might have been there. He was getting closed out on, but he's got the height that he can shoot over guys.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, just held on to it too long.
Second foul on Corton there. First foul of the 4th quarter. Flipped out of there by to Gibbs, and it's stolen back by Southern.
So we're going back the other way after possession change in hands a couple of times. Southern, he's left open, but he won't shoot. He'll kick out to Corton instead. That'll take the 3 from the corner. It's Hughes with an offensive board quickly.
Well, that was an athletic move right there. He's just, you know, he's not very big. What is he, 5'10"?
Maybe 5'9". They've got him listed at 6. That's pretty generous.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I've talked to Coach Schultz about that one. But that was an athletic move, man.
He just seems to move quicker than everybody else.
He just got up off the floor a little bit more there.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But
Wichterman feeling the pressure from Corton. Now it's Finn. He wants a long three. That's going to find the bottom of the net. It's a nice shot from Ethan Finn to cut the lead to 19.
3 for 3 tonight from the three.
Maybe it's time to start shooting those more often. Gibbs gonna.
He can fill it up.
Oh yeah.
He does not lack for confidence.
Down low to Gibbs. Back and down as a kick out. Extra pass. Hughes gonna drive the lane. Tried the extra pass to Gibbs, but just too many feet in the way of that one. Finn cross court to Wichterman. Now Wichterman gonna take a shot from the free throw line. That won't go. It's a board with the Spartans. Southern looking down for Vavruska in the corner. Got a couple of gold diggers on him.
Mid-range
There's
jumper.
that mid-range jumper from Thomas Hughes.
Yep.
That he just seems to hit all the time. It's a risky pass from Finn and a steal by Vavruska. Down on the other end, Hughes high off the glass. And it's a board with Finn. It's another baseball pass, but
crazy.
This one gonna find Stone in the corner for three, and that will find the bottom of the net. And it's 59-41. Southern trying to get around Burke. He'll catch a screen from Gibbs. Now it's an open Corton, down to Gibbs on the block. Trying to get up around Wichterman, but that shot is short, and it's a rebound with Ben Wichterman. Burke in the corner. Now Finn. Step back three. That one might have been tipped. It was long anyway. And Vavruska coming down with the board. Southern now in the front court for the Spartans. Spartans moving it around the perimeter. Step back. Southern thought about a three. He'll give it up to Corton instead. Spartans seem to be using the shot clock best they can. Being choosy with it. Corton now down low. That one no
Backside.
Good, but an and one.
Good back by Gibbs.
For Cooper Gibbs. The foul is on Finn. I think that's either his second or his third. This is third, and we got lots of subs coming in. Brady Ranapa, Blake Jansen, and Cannon Rogers in for Lead-Deadwood. Haroon Khan, Cam Davis, and Ashar Hodges. I thought, no.
Nope.
He wasn't. He was sitting at the scorer's table.
He might be coming in for the shooter.
Oh, yep, there he is. And now he takes the place of Cooper Gibbs as Gibbs hits the free throw, and it is 62-41. I knew I'd watched him walk up to the scorer's table. I knew he was somewhere.
It's hard to miss. He's kind of a big fella.
Yeah, he is. And he wasn't on the floor, and he wasn't on the bench. I was kind of confused, but he was hiding from us. Brady Ranapa down low. No good, and a board with Hodges. Davis through the lane. He'll turn around, give it to Hughes. Looking down for Hodges. There was an open Hughes on the cut. Hodges didn't find him. Davis now back to Hodges. And back out to Corton, 14 seconds. The screen. Corton going to step back. That one's short. And the board with Jansen. Jansen now back on the other end. Moving around, he'll fade away. That one's way short. And the board is with Davis. He wants to work in transition. 3-on-2, down on the other end. He'll dump it off to Corton, and that's another short shot. Seeing short shots on both ends, but Cannon Rogers wide open down on the other end of the floor, up and good for two.
Being very deliberate, very patient of the Spartans.
And that's a steal by Jansen. The long pass up the floor is going to find his way to bounds.
Almost to their detriment.
Yeah.
It's just not having a good rhythm. Even though they're executing and doing some things, they're just not. You can tell it's different from what they're used to.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It's all right. It's good practice. I mean, it's good to get the execution part in. Diggers are forcing a little bit of that, too, with their defensive pressure.
Tucker Olson back in the game. So is, I think that's Southern that came in. Kahn looking down for Hodges. Down in the lane, he'll turn around and put one up and through. And the lead is 21. 2 minutes left in this one. And Ethan Finn has it on the right wing. He'll give it up to Ranapah. Brady for three. That one was tipped. It had to be. There's no?
I think it was just short.
Yeah, I guess it was just short. Nobody's complaining. And it's just that was about 1.5 feet short. And usually if you're pulling up like that, you're going to be closer. But I don't know, just rolled off the fingers wrong. It happens. Southern
turn the corner,
moving quickly, and
for three.
Yeah, that's Khan.
Khan, yep.
He's got a 3-ball, and that extends the lead, 67-43. Jansen to Ranapah. Ranapah pick and roll. Wichterman going to pull up for three instead. That rattles around and falls into the hands of Khan. Southern now moving quickly. He's through. Now it's Hughes driving the baseline. That pass a little wild. And it is Lead-Deadwood basketball. Finn with it. Looking for Ranapah. That's a nice pass down to Stone. Up and through. Back down on the other end. Southern, he'll pull up for three. Left wide open, and he's got it. He doesn't shoot threes very often, but when he does, he seems to be pretty successful.
I don't know what his season percentage is, but every time I watch the game, he's had 2 or 3, and not too many misses.
No. Wichterman down low. He'll get fouled and one by Hughes.
40 seconds left in the game. Look up, and all of a sudden there's only 40 seconds left.
Yeah, this game has gone quite quickly. It's a good physical matchup. Everybody moving quickly. Wichterman gonna miss his free throw, and it is 70-47. Southern across half court, a couple seconds in between the shot and the game clock, so Spartans gonna have to get rid of it somehow. Hughes over to Olsen. Now Khan in the corner, he'll back it back out, cross court pass to Southern, and he's gonna hold it up for one. Looks like the Spartans might just take the shot clock violation. They will, and it'll leave 4 seconds flat for Lead-Deadwood.